All right, Mike Dixon here, and we're going to wrap up. This is our fourth part of our ball control series, and this is going to be a little more advanced. Again, like I think people read too much into the fact that they don't understand that they have control of the golf ball as much as they really do. I feel like when they start talking about this, it kind of seems complicated, but it's not. So what I want you to think about, again, like, and I always reference this to a tennis player. In my mind, there's three types of shots for a tennis player. You have a forehand where the hands are rolling, and again, the ball's gonna have top spin. You have a volley where the hands are pretty neutral. Again, we're just trying to put the racket on the golf ball. The racket really doesn't rotate. It pretty much stays kind of vertical to the ground, okay? And then you have a cut shot, and a cut shot is where the hands kind of slice underneath, right, with the racket and trying to put underspin and backspin on the golf ball. Golf's gonna be the same way. So again, what we've been talking about really is, in our drills for this, is more of a no-roll finish. And that's gonna be our volley. And even when we do like really the no-roll, the club had a little bit of fall to the left, okay? So what I wanna do is, and again, this is gonna be really impactful for your pitching, but it's going to be applicable to your full swing as well. And so what's gonna happen is, I'm not gonna change my golf swing. All I'm gonna do is change my follow-through position. And I'm gonna try to make it where you can kind of see the club face here and the follow-through. So what I wanna do is, again, we're just gonna kind of do our basic stroke, waist to waist swing. And we're just gonna go through and start to understand that when I go and I swing, again, like the toe of the club pointing up, that's my forehand. That ball's gonna curve a little more to the left. When I come through and I do my no roll, it's gonna be relatively straight. And when I go through and I do a reverse roll where the club face is actually gonna be kind of looking like it's laid back or kind of open, that ball's gonna fall to the right. So I got my alignment sticks down on the ground, again, working on my stance line and trying to train my aim. So I'm just gonna go through, I'm just gonna do my waist high shot. And when I go through, again, I'm going to go through, and this is where I'm going to feel the roll. So you can see right there, the club is going to finish more toe up in the follow through. We call this a horizontal hinge. And when I say hinge, everybody thinks about their wrist setting, right? It's not how your wrist is setting. It's actually discussing and representing how your shoulder is moving, right? So if you think about more of your shoulder acting like a hinge of a door, okay? So I can have a closing only door, right? Just like a door to our kitchen, right? I can have an opening only, where it would open like a trap door, or I can have it closing and open, which is on an angle. So when I go through and I do my horizontal hinge, that's closing only. And again, that's going to be the feel where my hands are rolling. Right, so that's my forehand feel. That's gonna give me the draw, okay? Now if I wanna give it more of a draw, I need more path, I would actually change my stance line. And then all of a sudden I have more in to out, and I'd have my rolling feeling, the ball's gonna draw more. All of a sudden I can curve the ball. Now, when I go through, I'm gonna do my no roll finish. This is my volley swing. Again, this is going to be where the club's going to have a little bit more of an angle. This ball's probably going to fall a little more to the right, relatively go pretty straight. Again, I'm just going waist to waist. And what I want to check is I want to see where's the golf club. Again, so you can see with the horizontal hinge, the toe of the club is pointing straight up and down. On the angled, it's a little angled, really easy. This is the easiest one to remember, right? That's when you start watching all these tour players and their follow-throughs. I really encourage you to watch it. They're always on an angle. And every amateur I teach, they finish with the toe up. Well, if we want to control the golf ball, that's telling the golf ball how to act once it lands. So toe up is telling the ball to run across the green. Angled, the ball is going to land softer, come out maybe a little higher, but land softer and have a little bit of roll. Now, I'm going to do this is pretty a unique shot. I would say this is kind of like if I got a flop shot or something, or I got to hit a big slice on purpose, I'm going to have what's a reverse roll. Again, so you can see how my hands are laying the club open, twisting the club open. This one's a little easier with the wedge, a little difficult with the iron, but we're gonna give it a whirl here. All right, so that golf ball had a lot more curve to the right. And again, I'm not changing my stroke, I'm not changing my swing, I'm just changing how I'm following through, how my hands are acting through impact into the follow through. So when I go through and I start to understand, I can control the golf ball, so I can go through, hit a big draw, right? So that was my rolling feel. Or I can hit a big slice. I don't have to change my golf swing. Again, my hands are going to reverse roll. Really careful. Make sure you don't put the rod too close. That was scary. So when you go through, just making sure you're understanding how is a golf ball curving, right? So if I go through and on my golf swing, my grip is bad and I'm leaving the club face open, that's why it's probably slicing. So you have a little bit of path problem and a face problem. But if I try to change the path of the swing before fixing the club face, I'm not going to hit the ball straight. It's going to go out to the right. So I think, again, like when you start trying to tackle, it's like what came first, the chicken or the egg? You really got to make sure the club face is good. So like if you're trying to eliminate your slice and you know you come over the top, you need to learn how to hit big pull lefts, right? Because that's squaring the club face up. Then you can start trying to change your path and swing more into out, controlling the golf ball better, right? So again, hopefully this helps you understanding how am I controlling the golf ball, right? So in all this series, we talked about some little drills to do, just making sure we're making good contact, controlling the club face in the backstroke, where we want it to be, but also now getting a little more sophisticated with the follow through and how I can actually dictate how the ball is going to curve. And again, when you start to do it with the wedge, how the ball is going to check and how it's going to release when you get up to the green, which is going to be really important when we start talking about chipping it and pitching it closer to the hole to help lower our scores. So hopefully this helps you. Again, please subscribe, leave a comment. I'd love to hear from you. Please email me, mdixonpga@gmail.com. Love to help you out any way you can. Again, always looking for the content. We'll love to get some new ideas. If you see something that you know there's something interesting or something that you're playing with in your golf swing, definitely let me know. Happy to help. Thanks again for tuning in. See you next time.